For a Japanese take on a classic sidecar, you need to try out this right here, a Tokyo Sidecar. Let me show you how to make it. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd, and like I said, today I'm making a Japanese style riff on that classic cocktail, the Sidecar. I'm making a Tokyo Sidecar, or a Yuzu Sidecar. And I got the idea for this cocktail when I was reviewing this whiskey right here, the Suntory Royal. I'll put a link to that review up there. I'll put a link to it down below so you can check it out afterwards. But this is a very nice whiskey. It's one of those Japanese whiskeys that was first released like 30, 40, 50 years ago, and it's meant as like a upper class blend. It's meant as a better whiskey, not the most premium whiskey they can make, but definitely a toe in the water. Definitely like a nicer whiskey in that kind of entry level into their top shelf cocktail whiskeys. And I wanted to make a cocktail that would feature this whiskey and show it off in a kind of an elevated way. And I looked across a few kind of cocktail recipes, and I came up with an idea for a whiskey sidecar. So a classic sidecar uses brandy in there. It kind of uses triple sec or Cointreau and lemon juice. But to kind of keep in theme with the kind of Asian idea, I decided to use this here, which is Yuzu Juice. Now I won't pretend that I was able to find fresh Yuzus in Ireland because it's heading to winter right now and they are absolutely not in season. But I got this here, store-bought Yuzu Juice. It is 100% Yuzu Juice though, and I have to use it within like 3 days of opening. So if you can, use fresh. If you can't, get some really good quality stuff, because this here has this really nice flavor. It's almost like if you mixed like a lemon, a lime, a grapefruit, and a green apple, like a really tart green apple together. And it gives you this really different kind of flavor than you'd get from lemon juice, and it really does stand out in cocktails. So whereas normally you'd go in with the same amount of triple sec or Cointreau as you would go in with your lemon juice, I'm actually going to use a little bit less of the Yuzu juice, because otherwise that might overpower the rest of the cocktail. Other than that, we're keeping it very simple, so I think that's enough time talking about the cocktail. I think it's time we make it. We're going to shake this cocktail, so we're going to shake our tin, and we're going to pop a nice rock of ice into there before we measure our ingredients. Starting off with our whiskey, like I said, this is the Suntory Royal Whiskey, and it has this really nice balanced kind of flavor, but it's still like a bit malty, a bit sweet, and quite nice, but not super expensive, so you don't have to feel guilty using it in a cocktail. So we're going to pop in 60 ml or 2 ounces of our Suntory Royal into there before going in with our triple sec. You can use Cointreau, you can use triple sec. For me, in cocktails like this, they are quite similar, so I'm going to go in with 22.5 ml or 3/4 of an ounce of my triple sec, which is going to give us a nice bit of sweetness, but also a bit of orange to kind of contrast against the other citrusy ingredient we've got, which is our Yuzu juice. We're going to go in with 15 ml of our Yuzu juice because, like I said, or half an ounce of our Yuzu juice, because like I said, it does have this very almost sharp but still very sweet character to it, so we don't want it to overpower the rest of the ingredients. So that's it. Just going to pop the top on a shaker tin and shake it away for 30-35 seconds to get it nice and cold. Okay, I think that is nicely chilled, so we're going to bang the top off our cocktail shaker and get ready to strain it out. I'm going to be straining it out into a nice chilled Nick and Nora glass. We're going to pop my Hawthorne strainer just on top, just to catch that nice big rock of ice, and strain it out. Oh yes, just like that. For a garnish, if you are able to find fresh yuzu, you can use like a yuzu peel, but for me, because I wasn't able to find fresh yuzu, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lemon peel, express the oils just over the top, give it a little twist, pop it over the edge, and that right there is how I make a Tokyo Sidecar. Now real quick, before I taste this cocktail, if you're new here, scroll down, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. I put out whiskey reviews every Wednesday, like the review of that Suntory Royal, and I put out cocktail recipes like this featuring whiskey every Friday. So if you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed, and let me know down in the comments what kind of cocktails you want to see me make in future, because I'm always looking for inspiration. But now, let's give this one right here a taste. Cheers. Oh, my garnish just fell into my cocktail, but doesn't matter because the cocktail itself tastes really nice. Like the yuzu, I think stands out a lot here because like I said, it's hard to describe the flavor, but it is like lemon, lime, grapefruit, and a bit of apple. Like it's almost, I think, a little bit thicker than like a lemon juice. Like it has this presence to it, a little bit more weight. It's almost like it's a little bit sugarier, almost like it has more like sticky flavor, and you get that in your palate. You get that when you taste it. You also get the triple sec adding a bit of sweetness, adding a bit of roundness, a bit of orange again, not fighting against the citrus, but just guiding it to be a bit more sweet and a bit more balanced. And then you still get that whiskey. Yeah, the whiskey has this nice like base of flavor. Like you get, like I said, that whiskey, a little bit sweet, a little bit malty, a little bit kind of like rounded out, and it has this nice balance to the cocktail because it gives you this nice kind of floor of flavor. And then you get the yuzu, you get the triple sec, you get those flavors working with it rather than against it. So just a very, very nice little sipper. Very simple as well, like only 3 ingredients, but has a lot of flavor, has a lot of depth. I can imagine sitting with this cocktail for a while, maybe even pouring it over like a block of ice, like a really big block of ice, to keep it cold, to keep it as a nice little sipper, but it's not over a block of ice. So I think I'm just gonna have to enjoy it all now, and I'm definitely gonna do that. And I'll see you next time. Sláinte.